Time now for the voice of the land on the Big Play Network with your hosts, Kevin Arnold and Always Positive Jay.
We're bringing in Ryan from the Cleveland Crunch. How's it going, Ryan?
Hey, Jay, how are you?
Pretty good. I like that crunch gear you got on there. That's looking pretty sharp.
Thank you.
You guys have to ship us out some of that gear so we can rock it on the show.
Jay, you got to pay just like everybody else.
That's fine. I support my teams. If I pay for Browns gear, I'll pay for Crunch gear. That's for sure.
Good.
Well, Ryan, again, welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking some time to join us here tonight. Director of Sales and Marketing, Ryan Ruiz, on the show. Forward to this to unveil a new venue, at least for 4 of the 6 home games, back-to-back games this weekend, 7 p.m. on Saturday, and then 1 p.m. on Sunday. What can Dave just talk to us? Captain Dave Jordan just talked to us. They've even been teased about what things are going to look like, what it's all going to be. What can you tell us and tell the fans about what they can expect this season?
Well, the amount of blood, sweat, and tears that have gone into this season is definitely like none other before it. So Dave's a great guy, and I was teasing him a little bit with some pictures. The field, number one, and we have a brand new field that we were able to obtain. We got boards from Chicago that are going to be assembled. So just the field alone, I mean, we're going to be playing on a much larger field. It'll be about 200 by 90. So a real field bigger than the Sportsplex. We have so many things, Kevin, in store for this season. I mean, when they brought me aboard, obviously I was a fan, and I, just like you guys, grew up, watching the old Crunch and even the old Force at the Richfield Coliseum. So this is like a dream for me to be doing this, and I've put my heart and soul into it. We've obtained new sponsors this year. We have made some great connections with past players that we're going to be. The amount of things that we have in store, the fans will not be disappointed, and if they are, then I'm doing something wrong, because we have put in a lot of energy into this, to making this great. And the biggest thing is that we're just like Dave said, we have a goal, and that's to win. We're going to win the league somehow, some way. We are going to win the league.
And how many fans do you guys expect to be able to hold in the IX Center versus the Sportsplex this season?
I mean, we're looking at a 400 to 500% increase in fans from the Sportsplex. So the IX Center could seat 2,500 plus, and we can even get more seats from that. I will be disappointed if we don't have at least 1,500 there on Saturday for opening night. Big announcement. We've kind of teased it a little bit. Cleveland.com did some coverage, but Zoran Karic, number 16, we are retiring that number on opening night, and that's a long time coming. We decided as management that we were going to blend the past with the present this year, and we were going to blend the present with the past, and a lot of fun things. Actually, Kevin, the first 1,000 fans that come in will receive a special Zoran Karic print that's numbered from 1,000. So there's 1 to 1,000 prints. Staples, one of our big sponsors, is presenting that. So just so much. There's so much exciting stuff, but there's also a lot of stress and energy that comes with it too.
And you and I have, we've shared some conversations, some stories about, being fans growing up, like you mentioned, but to tell our audience that have heard of the Crunch, but maybe not been out to a game, or it's been a while they haven't seen the new rendition of the organization. Why does this team matter? Just like all the other sports in this town, but why does this one matter to you and matter to the city?
Because we are not, we want to be, but we are not a big organization like the teams that you've talked about earlier, the Cavs, Browns, and Guardians. We're a small organization that cares very much about our fans. We care about our players. We homegrown our players. The players care about ourselves. Indoor soccer in general is just a wild sport in the fact that it's so much action. I mean, we have a guy, Kevin, we have a guy named McKean Spragling who scores a goal and he does a flip off the board.
Yep.
So the amount of excitement, the amount of things that go on during a Crunch game, and usually give Mario a shout out. Usually there's not a whole lot of scoring from the other team because Mario Musa is the best goalie in the MLIS for sure. So just indoor soccer in general is just it's exciting. It's fan engagement. When I was a kid, the Force used to come out, and when a goal was scored or when there's a timeout, they would just something so simple as coming out and throwing out balls to the fan, throwing out those foam soccer balls to the fans. We're bringing that back this year. So our biggest thing is fan engagement. How can we hook more fans? How can we bring more energy so people start noticing us? It seems like we can't get a whole, and I appreciate you guys tremendously because we can't get a whole lot of media coverage because of we're not the Browns or the Cavs or the Guardians. But I promise you this, as long as we're going, we're going to try. We're going to do everything in our power to make it bigger and bring it back to the 90s. I just talked to Zoran Karic on the phone, and he's excited. He's having all of his family come out. We have an awesome ceremony planned for him, and we are going the 2023 season, 2022-2023 season. The Cleveland Crunch is all in right now. We are all in.
And I think part of that was the change in leagues too. What has that done? Has it opened up new opportunities for you? I know being brought on as the director of sales and marketing, Ryan, has that helped to open up those opportunities that you've talked about, building with other partners and helping to bring in or connect with more of the past with this present version of the organization?
It has. There's been mixed emotions and opinions about it, but overall, in the long run, switching to the MLIS, I believe, was the right move. Major Arena Soccer League is great, and we would love to play in one, but there's a lot of politics and there's a lot of money involved, and even in M2, and there's other teams that saw that too. The Cincinnati Swerve defected, and the Chicago Mustangs defected, and last year's West semifinals runner-up Omaha Kings defected. So the the thing about the MLIS and Dominic Turcotte, the commissioner and owner of the league, is he has definitely a different vision for this league and just wants to grow it every year. Like, there's already 4 teams that are going to be coming into the league next year, and then there's a waiting list on top of that to get into the league. So I think the league's just going to grow, and I do love that they stream every game, because with the MASL, there were some games that people would have to pay to stream a game, and you know what? We're not going to get out there if we don't put our product out there. And there's other revenue ways, there's other ways to make revenue. But if you can show your product and hit that core of people, then I think you're okay.
Yeah. Something you said that really stuck with me, I liked, is unlike the big three that we have in the city, the players on this team are really more part of the community. It's like how the sports used to be back in the day, where players, they had jobs outside of their thing. Like, these players on our team are really more part of our community. They're more like us than actual superstar mega players of the NBA, NFL, and Major League Baseball. And I think Clevelanders really appreciate that. And another thing is, when I went to that for my first game, there's no bad seat. Like, it's such a nice, intimate, like way of watching sports. Like, no matter where you are, you're right there in the action. And like you said, with indoor soccer, it blew my mind how much excitement is in that game. Like, I was captivated, and it was my first soccer game, and I was just in awe and shock. Like, wow, this is highly competitive, and just like how much I can't figure out how to put it. Just, it's like hockey. The physicality of it is what I was looking for. Is It's very physical game. Like,
Yeah,
this is not for soft people, man. They go into those boards, and it's almost like hockey checks, and they're fighting for that ball. And it was amazing, man. I was blown away. I really enjoyed it. And one of my promises on our show is we're going to help promote you guys the best we can and get that word out there, because I want to see this place packed, and I want to see those players who are part of our community have a huge roaring crowd for them. Because, I mean, if you're keeping score and you're representing Cleveland, I want you to do everything in my power to help you guys. And I'm a lover of this crew here. I'm just learning the sport.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean,
mean,
it means a lot to us.
that's the kind of fan that I mean, I think both of us, being the fans that we going all in on, isn't it?
Absolutely. I actually was remember last year when Jay was talking about that on the show, because he had never been to a game, and all the things that he said, and I was like, those are the type that we need to hook. We need to hook them, and look at Jay. He likes it, so
I can't
it's
wait to
there.
go Saturday.
Yeah, it's there. It's going to be electric. It is going to be. We have the amount of things that we have going on open night. The way we also reach out to the community, is we have these youth soccer nights. So Saturday is Shaker Heights Youth Soccer, and Sunday is Brunswick Soccer Association. So all these kids get to come and see, and like you said, the intimate setting. The players love the kids. A lot of them come to camps that we have. So just
I mean, there's a huge
I'm
youth soccer backing in Ohio. I know that. Like, high school soccer's massive over here. Like, they love soccer. I just don't think that they have anything to listen to, like a show like ours, where we're going to talk about soccer. And now that you guys are back, they have an event to go to. And I mean, you guys, another great thing, you guys are nowhere near as expensive it costs to go to like a Cavs or a Browns game. Like, you could take a whole family on a nice budget and go there and have a great time.
Jay, we have a family 4-pack for less than $100, and it's like, yeah.
Well, that brings up a good question, and kind of at the end of this, I mean, we could talk all night about this, Ryan, and I'm sure we're going to talk a lot this week and Saturday. Like, I got some questions for you during the week about, I know Jana wants to come out and how that all works for us. We got to work out all the logistics. I know we're all working through it, but how can people come out to the game, get tickets, get involved with this organization?
Okay, so we have a app that we're using called Ticket Swift, and if you go to www.theclevelandcrunch.com, you can click on tickets, and that'll take you to the app. You can do it that way. Like I mentioned, we have a handful of youth soccer programs across Northeast Ohio, and we are offering a special discount to all youth soccer groups, clubs, organizations. That site is Eventbrite, and you could search Cleveland Crunch and you would pull it up, and that gets you $3 off tickets. The IX Center, we're also having two types of seating, Kevin. We're going to have premium seating, which is a stadium style seat that'll be raised, and they're padded chairs. They're not, this isn't benches, bleachers. And then we will have our normal floor seating around the field. So Eventbrite is for the youth groups. Any youth group, you can get $3 off, and then Ticket Swift is how you would get tickets. And then for the old school fans that are coming to see our head coach Benny Dargle, you can buy tickets at the door, absolutely too. So
make sure to get on either Eventbrite if you're with the youth soccer organizations, which that was what drew me in, was all the camps and going out to then getting the tickets out to the games and being so accessible to the players. Like, that's what drew me in. That's what drew me into the sport. The Crunch did that more than even outdoor soccer did. And all the videos I was shown of David Beckham and players like that growing up, the Crunch did that. Hector Marinero, Zoran Karic, all of these players did that a lot more for me. So if you are with a youth sports organization, like Ryan just said, head on over to Eventbrite, search the Cleveland Crunch, get $3 off your tickets, or head on over to theclevelandcrunch.com. It'll get you all linked up with the new app, Ticket Swift, or even come out to the IX Center this coming Saturday against the Detroit Waza, 7:00 kick at home at the IX Center. And then, of course, on Sunday against Rapid City Football Club at 1 p.m., a matinee affair as well. Ryan, thank you so much for coming on. I know, like I said, you and I are going to talk a lot leading up this week and probably get there early on Saturday and talk there too. And we welcome you anytime. We will talk Cleveland Crunch and soccer anytime on this program. Thank you so much for taking some time tonight to join us.
Kevin, I appreciate you and Jay having me on. It was really
Absolutely.
great being on.